and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. Now, I was curious about Australia because of its natural, the variety of wildlife that lives there. And as I thought about it and read more, I got curious in the history of it. And this book was a big help to me. I think it would help anybody, even 13-year-olds and up. So it's well told. It gives you a nice overview and a good starting point. Second thing that I got involved in was the colonization of it. And really how it was settled by the English. So that's only a period of 250 years. And it features Captain James Cook. And I found that I got involved with James Cook's life, with his 3 voyages, trying to follow it on the map and where he was and what he did, and I knew something already about the Dutch who had colonized Indonesia, involved with the Spice Islands, and it explored here in the north and in the west and in the south. Tasman, they named Tasmania for him. But it was Captain Cook that explored in the Pacific Islands, New Zealand. Some islands in the Pacific were named for him, like the Cook Islands. The strait that separates North Island and the South Island of New Zealand was named for him, the Cook Strait. And then they explored this east coast, and quite an exploration that was. So I got quite fascinated by all that. This book I got when I was maybe 13, and I didn't remember much about it. But it's a good introductory book, good starting point. Knowing something to begin with, I found this book really fit me to a T. This one's called Captain Cook Explores the South Seas by Armstrong Speary. He wrote fiction as well. This is by an Australian, George Finkel. James Cook, Royal Navy, from his early life, which I found fascinating, to his charting of the coastline of Nova Scotia and the harbor of Halifax, which led to him being recognized and appreciated and got the notice of people. He does a really good job. And so by the time he's 40, he's a captain, and he's the one that they select because that's what they want to do. They don't have charts for New Zealand. They don't have charts, so they don't know what they might run into, what any of those things are like. So that's what he does. In fact, he gets a ship built along the same lines as the earliest ships he sailed on, which carried coal up and down the east coast of England, because they had didn't have deep drafts. They could get in close to the shore. They could take soundings and so forth. So there's that book. So we'll go from something maybe 13 years old to maybe starting anybody from 15 and up. And then this one might be for those that are really keen. But you can find, if you get interested, you'll find, in other words, books that can take you further. And this is such a book. I haven't read it. I've started and I thought, well, this is maybe a little more than I'm ready for. So in fact, I like the fiction. Those are all nonfiction, and I love this book. I've read other books by Karen Hess, and she's marvelous. This one's called Stowaway. She gets the idea from looking at the list of the ship's company. And Captain Cook, 40 years old. Captain's servant, 16 years old, 15 years old. Second lieutenant servant, 17 years old, and down the way. And the last person listed, there are, 16, 18-year-olds, some young people, 20, 21, 24, 22, is Nicholas Young, 11, boy. And he wasn't registered on this until much they'd out to sea for quite a while. And that gave her the idea, or maybe others had the idea, that maybe he was a stowaway. Things like that did happen. Now, they also had on the ship, they had a 24-year-old Joseph Banks, wealthy young man, and a naturalist, very much interested in science, put up a lot of money to finance this, was in aristocracy, really, and he had 4 servants, doesn't give their ages, a naturalist with him, an assistant naturalist, an astronomer's servant. He had Sidney Parkinson, 23, an artist, a wonderful artist, and another artist. And so this was not a colonizing venture, it was an exploring venture. And someone else has written about the goat that gets mentioned in here that's aboard ship, and it's called The Goat Who Sailed the World, by Jackie French, Australian, and she may have gotten inspired, who knows, by Karen Hess's book. And but I found both of these books had a humanizing quality, and they flowed along, and they dealt with the ups and the downs of the voyage in a really humanizing way. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.